Viewers, my name is Adeola Fayeun. Today we are standing in front of the United Nations where Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari addressed the floor of the General Assembly. Coming up next is Sahara TV's exclusive interview with Mr. President. Welcome to Sahara TV.
Thank you.
So there has been information that you've been recovering some of the stolen money, stolen by corrupt government officials that were there in the past. How true is this, and how much have you been able to recover?
I can't give figures now, and because of the legal implications, it's much easier to talk. But what we are doing, we are collecting documents. For example, every ship that is loading Nigerian crude from our terminals is supposed to record how much it has taken and on behalf of who is lifting it in terms of customers, whether it belongs to Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, the crude, or it belongs to our partners like Shell, Chevron, Mobil, EPI, and so on. And then where are they going? In part of the documents, when it is sold, in which account it is going. Now, we have gone quite far, and a number of countries have cooperated with us. And in fact, again, we try to get more facts from Lloyd's of London, that famous shipping line insurance brokers. Because some people will take petroleum from terminals and then change mid-sea, change it to the direction, and then when it is sold, it's put in some individuals' accounts. Now, we want those documents in our hand so that we can successfully prosecute those who have been stealing Nigerian crude. I'm afraid we can't mention detail because that may compromise the legal processes.
I see.
But definitely, we have done a lot of work, and very soon the processes of prosecution will start.
I see. So you've been focusing a lot on corruption since you were sworn in, and a lot of Nigerians applaud this. However, some people are saying that the economy has not been doing so well since you were sworn in, and they would like to know, when will you start focusing on the economy as well?
How many months is it? It has taken the previous government about 10 years to destroy Nigerian economy, and it's much more easier to destroy than to build. I don't think Nigerians are being fair if they expect us within the 3 months or 4 months the government has come to turn things around. Especially, unfortunately for us, coming at this time, the cost of petroleum products have gone drastically down from about $140 to $50. For Nigeria, that's a major setback, because we are what they are calling as a mono economy. We depend so much on petroleum. However, the reorganization we have been doing in the NPC will convince any serious observer that we are very serious about corruption and reorganizing the economic institutions of the country.
I see. And speaking of which, the Senate President has been facing some corruption charges, and you've been aloof. Apart from us hearing that the presidency is not responsible for all that has been going on. However, though, some Nigerians would like to know if they could have access to you, just to hear something from you as the president about the whole drama with the Senate President.
What has the president got to do with it as a person? The case is in court. Do Nigerians expect me to tell the Chief Justice, to tell whichever court, that they shouldn't try the Senate President? Do Nigerians know about the constitution of their own country, the judiciary, the legislature, and the executive have got their own roles within the constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria? Then how do they expect me to interfere? I can be successfully impeached if I do it.
I see. Also, speaking of the Senate President, today in Abuja, about 82 senators, at least 82 senators, passed a vote of confidence on the Senate President. And we just would like to know, how confident are you in the Senate President?
That will depend on the outcome of the court decision.
I see. And also, are you guys talking, you and the Senate President?
I write, there are some appointments which the Senate has to approve. And I have forgotten, I can't remember how many letters I personally wrote to him, because this is constitutional.
Yes.
There are people I want to work with. I cannot work with them unless the National Assembly approves. So I have been writing to the Senate President and to the leader of the House. This is constitutional.
So it's been 3 months, and I'm sure you saw the media's review of your first 3 months in office. And I just would like to know what you think about the media's review of your first 3
media.
months in office.
They are too inquisitive for my liking.
Okay. What does that mean?
We don't know what that means.
I know what it means, but can you?
They ask too many questions. They ask too many questions, and I agonize over this with my advisor on media, that especially our own president, Nigerian president, why can't they do more of the investigative journalism? There are a lot of things the media can do without harassing the president. And I gave you an example, a question of declaration of my asset. I said I declared asset for 4 times. The first time I got political appointment when I was in the military, governor of Northeast, now 6 states. We were lined up in a corridor by late Murtala Mohammed, at the end of which there were files and the officials of Ministry of Justice, and we declare our asset. And now it finds itself in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. If you become a president, a governor, a permanent secretary, and some other appointment, you have to declare your assets. And when you leave, you have to declare your asset. That's why I declared my asset 4 times. Why can't the press go and find out about this? Instead, they are making headlines about my assets until I agreed, gave up, and then put it in the papers.
And speaking of the press, and I'm rounding up, you've been telling me to round up. It was in the news lately that Nigeria's participation at the UN, that we were not there at the key event, and that we were late in meeting with the Pope. What do you have to say to all this?
Unless I'm invited, I can't go. And unless Nigeria is formally invited and given the tickets to be at the venue at the time required, they can't be there. So why should Nigerian government be blamed for a non-issue as far as Nigeria is concerned? Everybody knows that we are very serious about Boko Haram. If we know there is a meeting by the international community about Boko Haram, we will be there. But we have to be invited to be there. Since the meeting is not being held in Nigeria, it's being held in New York.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. President, but we can't let you go without telling us some of your ministers. At least you are releasing the list tomorrow. Give us some names.
I can't, because it will be illegal. Until the Senate cleared them, I cannot talk I cannot talk to you. That's my ministers. But I have known whom I want to be my ministers. And again, I have to discuss it with the governors from the respective states they are coming from.
Thank you so much, Mr. President.
Thank you very much indeed.